Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This is the first video that I'm posting, and I'll probably be doing more in the future. I've been wood turning for a couple of years now, making pens, bowls, you know, the normal sorts of things, and I've been using this little jet lathe. Lucky enough to have been bought a record CL4 for my 50th birthday, which is down there. The workshop is in a bit of a state, as you can see, because the record CL4 comes in quite a big pallet. I don't know if you can make that out down there. So I had to make room to accommodate it. There's a lot of videos out there on the record CL4, reviews of them, people using them and so on, but I couldn't actually find a video of anybody doing a build of the record CL4. So I'm not going to do a full unboxing and show you me opening boxes and things like that, but I am going to do a video showing you how to put the record, or well, how I put the record CL4 together, which will be as per the instructions. So bear with me. I'll probably split this video into a couple of sections. I'm not sure how many yet, because I don't know how long it's actually going to take me. The one thing that I will say is the instructions that come with it, these instructions, very detailed but slightly odd in that the first, it basically starts with dismantling the lathe, and then it gets into putting it together. So I'll probably do a video that shows the instructions, but yeah, you don't actually get to building the lathe until basically start at page 14 and work your way through it. Now I've got the full package, so I've got the variable speed motor. I bought the stand, which I've already put the stands together. I thought it would be pretty boring just seeing a stand being built. I've got the bolt turning attachment. So yeah, bear with me, we'll work through this video, and I'll crack on building the lathe. Thanks. So I've undone the box, and the instructions make a little bit more sense now, because as you can see, the whole lathe is pretty much, well, it's assembled. Now the difficulty that I've got is, if you had lots of space and 2 or 3 people to help you, no doubt you could lift that out and put it straight onto the stand. I'm struggling for space, and I think even with 2 people manoeuvring it in the space would be difficult, and I obviously don't want to drop it and damage it. So what I'm going to do is remove the banjo, remove the tailstock, remove the headstock, leave the bars bolted to their bits, and basically do it that way. So yep, I'll crack on with that and video it as and when we get to a bit. Obviously can't hold the video and unbolt it all, so yeah, bear with me. Hi guys, so I've got the bars out, and as you'll see, we come to mistake number 1, which is that I've built the stand, and I've actually built the stand pretty much as it shows in the diagram. It doesn't give you the length to build it. It's adjustable. You can, by moving those bolts there, you can slide it out to the length you want. But looking at the picture there, that's how I built the stand. But looking at the length of the bed bars, it's obviously too short, so I need to adjust the stand, and then we'll come back to building the lathe. What I will say is there's absolutely no chance of one person lifting the lathe out on its own. I think even with 2 you'd probably struggle, so for me the right decision was to take the head and tailstock off and the tool rest. But even then, this thing is pretty meaty and pretty heavy, so yeah, if you do get one of these and you're building it, bear that in mind. So we have the stand adjusted to the right length, and we've got the end brackets on both ends. These are just loose. Got a long bolt that goes through. You obviously have to tighten those down when you put the bars in. There's a couple of things to bear in mind. If you look at this, you'll see that it's got 2 notches on one side and 1 big one on the other. It's important that both these brackets are in the same orientation, so you have the 2 notches at the front and the big notch at the end. The other thing is your extension bar, your bed bars rather, are threaded if you want to put an extension on the end. So when you fit those, you obviously fit them You see that the threaded portion is at that end. So I'm just going to put those bars in, both of them, and tighten these down, then it's all in place. The other thing to bear in mind is there's various holes on this. You've got a slot there, similar one at the front, and then the hole in the middle. I had assumed that this would go in the hole in the middle, but looking at sorry if I'm waving the camera around a lot. Looking at the instructions, I don't know if you can see that clearly. You obviously bolt it so it's at the front of the stand. So I'll just lay this down. So you can see here, it's bolted at the front of the stand. Okay guys, so I'm going to bolt that down and then show you the next bit. So yeah, I've bolted the bars down. These are pretty tight now. The tailstock, pretty simple. That just drops on. You can see there's a bolted section underneath. That goes on there. Then you tighten up the nut, leaving yourself some room to adjust it with that bar there. So I'm going to crack on with that. You don't want to watch me tightening up bolts and so on. So back in a minute. Welcome back guys. This is turning into a bit of a how not to assemble the Record Power CL4 lathe, because having read all of the instructions now, because I've got the ball turning attachment, this is part of it which actually replaces the end bracket, so you need to fit that instead of that. So back to the drawing board. Wasn't that big of a deal. I just unloosened the tool banjo and the headstock, undid that nut, and I managed to slide the old one off, slide this one on. That end's tightened up. I just need to tighten that end and then we can crack on. So the headstock's on. That's a pretty simple job really. You just have to drop this plate on, drop the headstock onto it, tighten up this bolt with this piece on. It's just the same as fitting the tailstock and the banjo really, so I didn't think there was much point in showing you that. It's pretty straightforward. Hi guys, so yeah, I carried on building the lathe and forgot to video a couple of important parts, but it's not crucial. I don't think that you need to see it, but I'll explain what goes on here. So yeah, the headstock, you get this bit and this bit with the motor on it. The variable speed unit comes separately. So what you need to do is obviously fit the headstock. It's pretty simple. This unscrews, you drop this plate on, put the headstock on it, tighten that up. Then you need to undo this handle, unscrew it. This plate here is part of the headstock unit and it comes with it. You have to take that off. You need to unscrew this and wind it back and take the handle out so you can pull it. It just sits onto a rod. I don't know if you can see that. Obviously you can see the casting inside where it goes. The pulley unit, this pulley unit comes separate. So you take this off, and then this plate here, you can probably see one of the screws down there. There's 4 Allen screws that screw this plate onto this unit. You then fit the thing back, but don't push it all the way, because you need to fit this pulley unit onto the shaft. It advises you to fit it and don't fully tighten up the grub screw, because it's quite crucial that you get the belt aligned up and running true. So I just laid, I don't know where it's gone, but I had a small steel ruler, checked the alignment, hand tightened it, and then you can turn the belt, check it's running reasonably true, and then tighten it up, and that's pretty much it. That's it, it's done then. Just a question of putting this cover plate back and screwing that. But you can see, turn it on, press the button, and everything's fine. So what I'm going to do is tighten up this screw and check the alignment, and I'll come back in a couple of minutes. So I've checked the alignment. That's pretty good, I think. I'm close enough. I'm happy enough with that anyway. So yeah, so the next bit now is to fit the rest of the bolt turning attachment, which is in that box there. I'm going to get that out and fit that and do a few bits of video showing you that. Okay guys, back in a minute. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. These are two separate pieces. There's a nut, a bolt rather, that goes through and screws into that. The same with that. You just put the handle on for the tool rest. There is an additional bolt that you need to secure this bit, which I didn't actually do yesterday, but in the instructions for the bowl turning attachment it tells you to do that. So obviously I've put that bolt in now. So that's it, the lathe is built and ready to go. As you can see, I need to tidy up my workshop a little bit. I'm going to put some shelves up there and then we'll crack on, start some turning videos. Thanks for watching guys. I appreciate this video is a bit stop start and it's all over the place. It's the first one I've done for a while. Well, it's the first one I've done for several years and that one wasn't great, so bear with me. I'm joining the YouTube wood turning channels, and I'll post some more videos in future. They'll be hopefully a lot better than this one. I obviously need to do quite a bit of tidying up of the workshop, but the lathe is there and ready to go now. So yeah, check back, give me a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in future when I do some more videos. Thanks.